everywhere, GBS.
Ama kwa hakika mtazamaji wangu wa GBS TV, natumai yu buheri wa afya. Karibu tena GBS TV Jumatatu. Naitwa Ivan Kibe nikiwa na wingi wa matumaini ya kwamba tangu tuachane Jumatatu iliyopita yu buheri wa afya. Na kwanza ningetaka nichukue nafasi hii niseme asante kwa kuwa mwaminifu mtazamaji wa vipindi vyetu. Nasema asante kwa niaba ya kikosi kizima cha GBS TV Jumatatu. Pili, mtazamaji wangu, najua leo tunaadhimisha siku ya Easter holiday. Najua wanafunzi wako pale nyumbani, wazazi wako pale nyumbani. Nichukue nafasi hii GBS TV tukutakie happy Easter njema ambayo imejaa baraka zake Mwenyezi Mungu. Leo hii mtazamaji wangu wa GBS TV mahali popote ulipo, na kukaribisha tuweze kuzungumzia swala nzima kuhusu mtaala mpya wa CBC. Kuna baadhi ya Wakenya wengi ambao bado hawajaweza kutofautisha utofauti kati ya mtaala wa CBC na wa hapo awali wa 844. Ndani ya studio niko nao wataalamu ambao watanisaidia kufanikisha mazungumzo haya, na ningetaka niweke hewani ili tuweze kuzungumzia swala hili nzima kuanzia mida hii hadi takapohitimu mida ya saa 2:30. Katika studio niko naye Judith Githae ambaye ni mtaalamu wa masuala ya elimu ambaye amejiunga nasi asubuhi ya leo. Good morning, Madam Judith.
Good morning, Evans.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good. I'm blessed.
Allow me to say thank you for honoring our invite today. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you. I will just give in 1 minute maybe to say hi to the people who are watching us from different parts of Kenya. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, Kenya. And glad to be alive this day, celebrating Easter, the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm so honored to be here. Thank you, GBS community, for inviting me to be here this morning. Indeed, it's a great day as we talk about our children, as we talk about their education, and get to understand what is it that the CBC aims to achieve. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I say again, thank you for honoring our invite this morning. In our studio, we have Elder Joseph Mirengo. Good morning, sir.
Morning, and thank you so much, Evans, for allowing us to be in this forum,
Yes.
which we believe can help us and the listeners and the viewers to be able to appreciate the good work that the learners and under the forum of CBC are going to go through, and how it is going to impact on both of their lives and the life of other Kenyans, and also how it affects, how it feeds into the socio-economic prosperity of the country.
Thank you very much. Allow me to say thank you, na pia kwa mtazamaji wangu pia nasema asante ni kukaribisha katika mazungumzo haya. Na kabla tuanze mazungumzo haya, nimeona kuna wengi sana walikuwa na wataraji wakizungumza kule kupitia mitandao yetu ya kijamii, na ningetaka nifungue laini zetu niweze kufungua njia ambazo unaweza ukatumia kuzungumza nasi. Unaweza ukatumia ukurasa wetu wa GBS TV live, YouTube tuko live pale, Facebook tuko live pale, zungumza nasi pale. Pia ukurasa wangu wa Ivan Kibe, ukurasa huu uko wazi, uliza swali lako pale, wataalamu wangu watakuwa najibu maswali yako. Ukurasa wa Evanson Kibe pia uko wazi, na pia Ivan Kibe page. Kurasa zangu zote 3 za kibinafsi zinafanya kazi. Na maybe ningetaka nianze na Judith. Watoto wetu wako nyumbani. Maybe for this long holiday. What is our maybe anticipation as now they are preparing to go back to school.
Thank you, Evans. Yes, our children are at home for about 3 weeks, which is just about to end in another 1 week. So after Easter, we start opening schools the next week. So this time has been a time for bonding with our children. It's very important that we take time as parents, as the community, to spend time with our children when they close school. Primarily for a break.
Yes.
But also to get to understand what is it that you've been going through in the first term. What are you looking forward in the second term? You find most parents in this age are very busy.
Yes.
And so we hardly had to have time to spend with our children.
Yes.
So the holidays become a very opportune time to understand, to reflect with our children what has been your experience in the first term. And what are you looking forward to the second term? And no wonder every time we close school, and we will continue talking about the CBC, every time we close school, schools are encouraged to have a sit down with the parents to tell them, to discuss what was your child's progress. How did your child navigate through the first or the second term or the third term? So that during the holiday, you as a parent are able to work with your child and say, okay, your teacher said you have you need to work on a certain area. How can I as a parent help you improve? And this is also a time where now children also who are interested in different things like sports, music, and other things can now get involved more. So that you find a child is going for speech tuition to go and learn how to communicate. They go for swimming lessons. They go for football lessons. They go for music lessons. This holiday become a very wonderful opportunity for that kind of engagement. Okay,
thank you. So it's a demand of CBC that our parents and, and children should stay together.
We call it a three-legged stool. The learner, the parent, and the teacher.
That's wonderful. Maybe in the near future we'll set a day for that. Karibu sir, and maybe tungetaka kujua wakati tunazungumzia kuhusu masomo ya utekelezaji wa masomo ya CBC. Kwanza kuna mtu ametuma SMS akasema nimesahau kuuliza who are you, umetoka wapi? Karibu.
Mimi naitwa Joseph Milengo, nimetoka ni kama mkurugenzi wa shule inaitwa City Rose Academy. Na hiyo City Rose Academy imeanza mwaka wa 23 Januari na siku yenyewe ni 23. So hivyo siku hiyo ndio tulifungua milango, na kwa hivyo tulikuwa tukijaribu kujaza pengo ambalo ni la tulikuwa tunaona hii junior secondary ambayo inakuja ilikuwa inahitaji ilikuwa ikae kama separate, ikiwa tofauti kutokana na shule ya msingi. Lakini baadaye ikakuwa ikue katika shule ya msingi. Wakati ilikuwa ikue katika shule ya msingi, iposa tukaona kwa sababu tulikuwa na vifaa vyote na pia nafasi nyingi, tukaona tuanzishe ikiwa shule imejaa kutoka chekechea kwenda mpaka shule ya msingi na pia junior secondary ziko pamoja katika City Rose Academy. Na City Rose Academy saa hii iko na watoto 354.
And maybe hivi karibuni mtanikubarisha nikutembelea na kikosi kizima cha GBS TV nikuje nitangamane na watoto na nifanyie haya mazungumzo pale.
Mmekaribishwa sana kwa sababu msingi wa hiyo shule ni imejengwa katika msingi wa Kristo, na kwa hivyo ni Christian school. Na watoto pia ukikuja utakuta wanakukaribisha na kukupa na kujaribu kukuweka katika hali ya Ukristo.
Okay, thank you. Sasa mtazamaji wangu, nikubalisha kwa heshima kuu tuweze kuingia katika awamu yetu ya mazungumzo ambapo tunaangalia Utekelezaji wa mtaala wa CBC mtaala mpya ukilinganishwa na mtaala wa hapo awali wa 844. Na ningetaka tuanze na Judith. Unajua huu mtaala uliweza kutekelezwa since 2017. And maybe I think we can talk about I think 5 years. Na kuna wale ambao walianza kutekelezwa since that maybe to date. Maybe you can tell us maybe the anticipation, what is this that CBC is trying to achieve, and maybe from what the CBC is trying to achieve, maybe based on the experience that you have, is it something that is attainable?
Yes, thank you Evans for that question. So CBC,
yes,
let's just say what it means. It's competency based curriculum.
Yes.
I was reflecting and thinking about the name itself, but also thinking about how we refer to the previous curriculum,
yes,
which was 844. So you go by the years of acquiring knowledge,
yes,
whereas CBC is really a competency-based curriculum.
yes,
Meaning at every level, the expectation is a learner is gaining competency. Whether they are at early childhood,
yes,
whether they are at lower middle school, whether they are at middle school,
yes,
whether at junior secondary and senior secondary, it's a continuation. You're sort of honing a skill or a competency,
yes,
through the years. So unlike 844, which was 844, meaning it's years of acquiring knowledge. This one is where you actually learn, you apply,
yes,
and use the knowledge you're getting in the class. It's very practical. In fact, we call it real world scenarios.
yes,
So that when a child leaves the school, like we were saying earlier with your daughter, they leave school having learned how to cook that rice. Tomorrow, if they're left at home like now on the holidays, they can actually practice.
yes.
So it's about practicing. It's about practical skills for our learners.
Yes.
That's competency-based curriculum. And so when you think about the outcome,
Yes.
what are we expecting our learners to be? We are expecting our learners to come to a world, look at problems, find out what is the root cause of problems, and critically think about the solutions or the options that are available to them. You're actually empowering your child with the necessary skill
Yes.
to thrive in the 21st century.
And that is it.
And that is it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Milingo, in the old 844, the curriculum academic feature of the child was to be determined at grade 8. If the child failed the national grade 8, or that is KCP examination, they would not be able to join the high school that prepares them to attend the university. Now, in the new CBC curriculum, the national examination that determines the child's academic future has been moved from grade 8 to 9.
Tuseme kwamba mtoto yeyote akona nafasi ya kuwa chochote ambacho angetaka kuwa. Namba 2 ni kwamba huyo mtoto anatakiwa kuwa kiendelea kutoka kiwango kimoja hadi kingine bila kuwa na watu wanakosa kuendelea na masomo. Kwa hivyo ndio tunasema 100% transition from one level to another. Kwa hivyo katika msingi wa CBC ni kumaanisha kwamba huyo mtoto, hakuna mtoto ambaye anatakiwa kupotea. Watoto wote wanatakiwa kwenda, lakini wakifika katika grade 9 wataanza kuseparate ama kugawanyika. Mwenye anataka kufanya mambo ambayo ni ya kutumia mikono yake, mambo ambayo ni ya kutumia ama uwezo wake, basi huyo ataendelea na sports ama sports and games and creative arts pande hiyo. Mwingine atakuwa anajua mambo ya maybe business, anataka kufanya business, anataka kufanya languages. huyo anapitia pandi ya humanity. Na kuna yule ambayo huyu anataka kuwa pure science na ama angetaka kuwa katika mpangilio wa STEM ambayo ni sciences, technology, engineering na mathematics. Kwa hivyo huyo anapitia kwa hiyo njia. Lakini wote wanatakiwa kutransit kwenda senior school. Katika senior school ambao ni miaka 3, ukitoka hapo utategemea na yale mambo pia interest yako, kwa sababu kwa CBC huangalii sana knowledge, lakini sana ni application, utaitumia namna gani. Kwa hivyo kuna mwenye anataka kwenda sasa ku vocational training, aende akafanye either nursing ama kuwa engineer wa kujenga manyumba, lakini at a lower level. Na hiyo system pia ni kama ile tu ilikuwa ya 763 kwamba wakati huo ungepitia polytechnic na mtakutana at a certain place, ukifanya higher national diploma uingie degree bado ufanye miaka kidogo, mtakuwa pamoja, lakini njia ni tofauti. Kwa hivyo hakuna kiwango ambayo mtu anawekewa kwamba huwezi pita hapa. Kwa hivyo CBC inaleta sasa hiyo mpangilio, lakini kwa ile ingine utakuta usipopitia hii laini basi huwezi kufikia kiwango cha wengine.
So that's the backbone to or that's the structure to make sure that no child will be left.
Exactly.
Sababu hapo awali sisi tukisoma ilikuwa if you don't score C+ and above, then forget about masuala ya education. So this CBC at that level inapatia yule mwanafunzi, if he will not be good academically, then there's other channels maybe that can pave maybe for the best of your future.
True.
The question will be, and I think these are critical, maybe do the parents sensitize that? Maybe serikali, wizara ya elimu imefanya good mobilization, imefanya sensitization, imefanya awareness kwa mzazi na kwa huyu mwanafunzi. Maybe the source of advocacy.
Yes. I think there's serious need to educate our parents, our communities on what CBC is all about. Because kama mzazi, I was used to receiving marks for my learners. Na kujua amepata 90%, amepata 50%, you know. And so coming from that mental shift of marks, but you come to another mindset of assessments that are based on what the child has done. The good thing also about CBC is also good to note, unlike 844, where this exam year class 8 became the determinant. Say a child amefanya vizuri from 1 to 8, but during class 8 they develop some challenges or they come up against some challenges. It will affect what they have come from and where they are going to because of this 1 year. Or they become sick during exams. Then what happens to that child? But with CBC, you see, we are looking at every level. So you have early years exams or assessments. We call them assessments now. Then you have the lower primary assessments. Then you have the grade 6 assessment. So with that, you measure the child's capability throughout. It's not determined by an exam you do once for 3 days. And determines your future. This is a continuous competency-based assessment. So you get to understand your child way from their early years. And you continue looking and seeing where is it that they're doing well. What is it that I can nurture? It's actually about nurturing. At City Rose Academy, we talk about nurturing champions. Nurturing champions all round, holistic child. Whether the child is good in sports, the child is good in drama, the child is good in music, the child is good in home science, the child is good in languages. So you nurture them towards the different interests and abilities, because God created us different. And so we, as a school, we are looking at children who come to us and saying, how has God created you for this season? Because it's a reason why you were born in this season. Can we be able to figure it out, and can we nurture it? Yes.
Maybe before niende kwa elder, maybe I could wish to understand based on your experience, your relationship between you and the children. Is CBC friendly maybe to them? Because that is one thing. It is one thing to give them a new program, but are they compliant to it? Is it friendly to them?
Actually, I think CBC is very, the backbone of CBC is learner-centered.
Yes.
If you think about the previous curriculums, they were very teacher-based.
Yes.
It's about what the teacher knew. It's about how the teacher taught the class. In CBC,
yes,
is very learner-centered. Meaning, you look at your children, you look at these children coming to you or coming into your class, not as empty vessels, because they know something.
Yes.
But you use what they know. You use the known to the unknown. So it is very learner-centered. In fact, the classes are done in such a way
yes,
that it's not, they're not looking at the teacher as the only source of information,
yes,
but you're also looking at each other. So the learners also get to learn from each other. So like we are sitting on this table, we are looking at the front. CBC is not like that. CBC, we work in tables,
yes,
in groups, and we get to talk.
Yes.
We got to discuss content. We got to think and reflect. What is this? What is the teacher asking us to do? What is the solution she's asking us to think about?
yes.
So it's not really looking at the teacher as the only source of information. It's looking at what you have and what your peers have. You learn together.
Sure, sure.
Yes.
That's awesome. Alda, katika in 844, the curriculum was 100% of the student examination scores was earned from the summative assessment in grade 8 and 12. Only the national examination determined the grade, but in the new CBC curriculum, at least 40% of the student grade is determined in school by assessment of the student's own teachers. This now the teacher assessing is not about what maybe she or he might score at the end. It's what the teacher has maybe has gained trust katika area fulani kwa mtoto. Is it something that is debatable?
I would say that looking at the way the implementation is, if somebody follows the curriculum properly,
yes,
then it is something which is achievable. For instance, if you go at grade 3, they do assessment. But that assessment started at the start of that level. So they'll be doing assessment which are actually administered by the teachers, and then there's also another one that is now administered by the NEC. So those two will give an indication of how this learner is. The beauty about the teacher assessment is that the corrective actions is done weekly, because they could do after a topic or a substrand, they will be able to do the assessment and see how much have you understood and applied of what you have learned this week. How much have you applied as what we have learned this term?
Yes.
How much have you applied of what we have learned this year? So there is no packaging and then going to ask somebody to repeat, to memorize what he has learned over the 9 years. Instead, there will be that assessment which comes every year, and at a stop point, or a station.
Yes.
At grade 6 is a station, at grade 3 is a station, and then at grade 9 is a station. So all those, when summed up, then they help the learner. Even the teacher will have known this person is good at this one will be able to progress at this line. In fact, we did a test to see whether now, when you look at the STEM, who goes to STEM, who goes to these 3 pathways, and they were consistent with the results that the teacher had come up with. So we applied the sciences of psychometric, and we could see that because of dhara ama kuwa wanafanya kila wakati katika kiwango pahali wamefika, inasaidia sasa mwalimu hafanyi guesswork, ni anaelewa kwamba hii imekuwa consistent. Yeah.
Judith, you agree with me, and I think this was the funny of 844. And this is my view, that in the 844 curriculum, the focus of the national examination in grade 8 and 12 was only the ability to memorize large quantity of information in several subjects of the study.
Yes.
But the new CBC curriculum, the vision, which has not yet been implemented, is to shift learning away from memorization to demonstration of 7 major competencies. I think you understand those 7 major competencies. So when it comes to exam, if you could remember our days, ukiwa na exam next month,
unagonjeka,
unaanza kumemorize, tuseme kama ni biology, unaanza kustudy mimea into depth, but in a recent on a computer based curriculum, is you doing it. So what does that mean to our future economy? If you have to produce, and this also might be a challenge of the CBC, if we are producing a very competent students or students to the society, but now they go outside there, what they explore in the school, now there's no space either to start.
So the
opportunities.
Yes, and I think it's good that we are part of that generation of 844 because we have a reference point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what happened with 844, I remember when we were in school, there are things we did that I still apply today. Meaning, 844 had its advantages, but it also had its challenges. Same as CBC, it has its advantages and disadvantages. The question is, as a school, as a community, how do we maximize on the curriculum that is being offered? Because when you think about our learners, you know, you're thinking about building a generation that will be fit for the world, not just for Kenya, but for the global village, you know. So when you think about CBC, you're talking about the core competencies. You asked about the competencies. One of the competencies in CBC is self-efficacy, which is confidence, building the confidence of the learners. So let's now compare with 844. When 844 was, or when we did 844, and like you said, it was majoring on exams. So if I had not crammed, I would either not sleep cramming, but after cramming, I am done. In fact, you'll be surprised by your results because you'll be thinking, is that my results or not? Because it's either way, you can either pass or you can fail. Yeah. But you could also see the turmoil and the anguish the parents went through, the learners went through, but also schools. You also realize the kinds of ethical issues regarding exams. You would hear as whole school, either the exam was cheated, because the school also wants to create an image that their children went through the school and they passed. What did the school do to ensure that was done? Those kinds of things went through. Ethical issues. But when you talk about CBC, it's not really about the school. The focus is on the learner, like you asked. the learner, what kind of children, what kind of learners, what kind of citizens
Yes.
are we putting out to the world? You know?
Yes.
And so CBC competencies helps to ensure that we bring out citizens, we bring out people to the world, not just Kenya, to the world,
Yes.
that can become entrepreneurs. Because one, they've been taught key competencies. They've been taught that whatever I learned in school, I can apply and employ myself.
Yes.
I can apply what I have learned to create jobs for others. So it's not just about a school, it's not about the community, it's about the learner. How has the learner experienced school? How is the learning happening in them?
Yes.
Are they curious to learn? So one of the key values for City Rose is curiosity. Curiosity in learners, making them curious to learn. And immediately people get interested in learning.
Yes.
Guess what? Whatever they learn, they actually use it the following day. So you imagine if that is built into the learning experiences of our learners. Soon, they'll be the ones thinking about, no, I want to learn about it. In fact, they're coming to you as a teacher saying, teacher, can you tell us about this? Because they are curious to learn.
Sure.
And that's one of the competencies at City Rose Academy, that we nurture the curiosity of our learners. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mwelekezi wangu anasema tuchukua break fupi, tukirejea tena I think we will continue to break down about the CBC for the parent to understand. Naomba leo tufikishe hapo so that now we can talk, we get to the next phase ya mazungumzo yetu siku ya leo. Tuangalie the implementation of the CBC because that has been challenged and we'll see how you as a school, what are you doing, how are you implementing, what are these facilities that even if the government may say or maybe we may say we are required this and this and this and this, but at this stage at least if we have this and this we are good to go because I can tell you if you go outside there my good friend, if you go to public school, and I'm not against the government, you find that the implementation of the CBC is is very poor, simply because of lack of facility, sometimes lack of the personnel, walimu wa kutosha hakuna. So I think tutakuwa tunazungumzia tuangalie nao changamoto ambazo zinakumba CBC. So nachukua break fupi na pia nikirejea tena tutakuwa tunaingia katika shule moja ambapo watakuwa natuambia wanafanya aje kutekeleza mtaala huu wa CBC. Kwa hivyo huo ni ukurasa wa kwanza tumeweka chini. Tuingie katika ukurasa wa pili alafu tutakuwa tunamalizia. Tutajiunga na mheshimiwa Wainaina wa Jango katika chumba cha pili, naambiwa ashaingia ndani ya GBS TV. Wakati wake ukifika tutamweka hewani tuzungumzie kuhusu masuala ya maendeleo. Kwa hivyo usicheze mbali, hapa ni GBS TV ambapo huwa tunasema kila kuchao ya kwamba usikose ama usicheze mbali. Wakati unakosa kutazama na kutegea GBS TV, mambo mengi yanakupita sana. Tunasema kwamba GBS TV Jumatatu palipo mjadala wa leo na mwelekeo wa kesho. Nachukua break fupi na rejea mengi zaidi.
Yeah, because we are here to entertain and educate at the same time. So the question of the day, have you ever benefited from any youth-led initiative?
What pushed me to get into the ground one was born HIV positive, by the way. So when I was born HIV positive, I felt like the society and the youth need to be educated much on about the HIV and HIV management.
Someone was confessing and alikuwa anasema like yeye ako HIV positive, ni student, but yeye badala ya ajue venye atasaidia wengine, yana try venye atasambaza.
Unajua pia kitu kingine yenye natusumbua sisi mayouth ni kiburi. You don't want to learn, unaona?
Yeah.
Be there to learn. My youth are doing things that they are not supposed to do. Kwa sababu anataka kitu yenye iko beyond yeye. Iko beyond haezi afford. Unaona, manze mimi nataka kubamba wase kuchafua meza, kukuwa na dem sijui mwenye anakaje. Ndio at least wase wa feel like mimi nimeweza. Manze mimi hiyo ya kuweza, acha tuweze ki mindset. Na pia uset goals. Kama una goals manze kwa hii life sijui penye. Ni kama tu yani You should live with a purpose, not in purpose. Unajua most of us are living in purpose whereby yani wewe uko tu manzi. Hata unataka kukatia dema na kuambia habari yako mzuri. Unadoingi nini ati mimi niko tu. What is mimi niko?
My name is Emma Gatoru. I'm a model, a commercial model to be precise. And I've been asked this question, like, is model an art? And yes, modeling is an art. Because there are different products that you're supposed to promote or design, and you have to have that skill of you promoting that design or that product. So how you walk, how you talk, how you present yourself, like how you pose for a picture or pose for an item in your mepewa, or how you drive into a place in your mepewa. So you have to have that art or that skill for you to actually deliver what they want you to deliver. So yeah, modeling is an art.
Trick or treat. In this class, we're going to make ta-da! A Halloween pumpkin basket. I hope it was fun and interesting for you to learn.
My name is Emma Gatoru. I'm a model, a commercial model to be precise. And I've been asked this question, like, is model an art? And yes, modeling is an art. Because there are different products that you're supposed to promote or design, and you have to have that skill of you promoting that design or that product. So how you walk, how you talk, how you present yourself, like how you pose for a picture or pose for an item in your mepewa, or how you drive into a place in your mepewa. So you have to have that art or that skill for you to actually deliver what they want you to deliver. So yeah, modeling is an art.
Trick or treat. In this class, we're going to make ta-da! A Halloween pumpkin basket. I hope it was fun and interesting for you to learn.
Everywhere, GBS.
Karibu tena mtazamaji wangu wa GBS TV, sehemu ya mwisho ya awamu hii ya kwanza, ili tuweze kuingia katika masuala mengine ya uongozi na maendeleo, ambapo tutakuwa na mheshimiwa Wainaina wa Jangu. Naomba nisome tafadhali mniruhusu tu nisome SMS 3 pekee. Nianze na SMS ya Simon Washuko, anasema good morning Mr. Ivan Kibe, na kufuatilia vizuri sana akiwa Kitengela. Anasema ya kwamba hivi sasa nimeanza kupenda mtaala wa CBC, nilikuwa na uchukia. Huyo ni mzazi. Virginia Njeri anasema ya kwamba from today I have a different understanding. Anasema ya kwamba going forward the only problem is that it's too expensive. Maybe we'll come to that. That's why tumesema ukurasa wa pili tutakuwa tunazungumzia kuhusu utekelezwaji wa mtaala wa CBC. Ama kwanza nichukue hayo masuala ya watu wawili. You say I think from SMS ambazo niko nazo, there's one thing that the government failed to do, maybe to explain kwa mzazi huu mtaala wa CBC unamaanisha nini. Lack of advocacy. So mzazi akaona ni kana kwamba mtoto wake atolewa huku akipelekwa huku, but if government could have explained kwa mzazi what's all about the CBC kama vinye wanavyosema, sasa wanaanza kuupenda. Mwingine amesema ya kwamba it's a good but very expensive. Tuingie ukurasa wa pili. Asanteni sana kwa wanazidi kutuma jumbe zenu. Tuingie katika ukurasa wa pili wa mazungumzo haya. Utekelezwaji, implementing the CBC. It has been the problem because of what parents are saying, very expensive. Na maybe ningetaka kujua sisi kama wakuu wa shule tunautekeleza vipi? Tuanze na Mr. Miringo, karibu.
Asante sana. Ya kwamba mambo ambayo ni ya CBC ni mambo lazima mjitayarishe, mzazi, mwalimu na pia mwanafunzi. Na serikali pia kujitayarisha katika CBC. Tunaona kwamba kuna vikundi vitatu ambavyo zinatumika. Moja ni KICD ambayo inaangalia program ya ama curriculum design, na pia kuna TSC ambayo inaangalia walimu wamehitimu namna gani katika hiyo kazi, na pia Ministry of Education kwa sababu ya policies na regulations hiyo. Na tuseme kwamba katika kama sisi City Rose tuko katika Jiro sub-county, na kwa hiyo sub-county tunaona sub-county director of education kwa pamoja na mashule kuona kwamba wana implement hii CBC kulingana. Pia kuna compliance officer ambaye anaangalia kama yale mambo ambayo yanatarajiwa kufanywa kabla uanze hii masomo ya CBC kama shule umeweza kufikia hiyo kiwango. Lakini nikisema hivyo ni kwamba kuna changamoto pia katika kuimplement hiyo, kwa sababu si rahisi kufanya hivyo. Inahitaji rasilimali nyingi, inahitaji uwekezaji mzuri, na pia majengo lazima ufanye mengi, kwa sababu umesikia kwamba hii inaangazia mtoto, interest ya mtoto, na interest ya mtoto inalingana. Vile uko na watoto wengi, interest iko namna hiyo tu. Ndio uzi address, basi utahitaji kuwa na uwanja ya mpira, utahitaji kuwa na laboratory, ndio kuwe na equipments, unatakiwa kuwa na computer lab, wale ambao wangetaka kuendelea na masomo ya computer ama kufanya programming, pia kuleta farming. Kuna mwingine anataka agriculture, kwa hivyo lazima ukuwe na farm ambayo pia unaweza kuelezea watoto, ama watoto wanaweza kwenda wapande mbegu, waone ikikua na waone kweli mahindi inatoka kwa inakujaga ndio upate unga ilifika namna gani ndio ukapata ugali.
Okay, thank you sana. Tuende kwa mwelekezi wetu kama uko tayari tupeleke kule shule. Karibu. Wazazi wengi wanasema kwamba utekelezwaji wa huu mtaala ni very expensive. Na in fact ukiuliza wazazi, wao wanasema wao wanajua ya kwamba what they know about the mtaala wa CBC ni kwamba mtaala wa CBC is all about wazazi kuitishwa kuku, wazazi kuitishwa unga, wazazi kuitishwa maybe tungetaka kujua huku ni wapi.
So that is City Rose Academy. You can see our buildings there. You can see there are different floors for different years. As you go up, you go to the junior secondary. As you go down, you go to the early grades. There is our computer lab, where our learners go and learn robotics, go and learn programming. And CBC also has a competency that is digital. You use digital to teach the learners. So here is some of the ways that we are actually complying with the CBC curriculum.
Is that demanded by the curriculum itself?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, every class must have a screen.
Every class,
in Citoros has a screen. So that as the teacher is explaining a concept, if they're talking about the climate, they can actually show the effects of climate change.
Okay.
They can actually relate with the flooding.
Yes.
They can actually relate with the snow melting.
Yes.
Because you're showing them, oh, that is snow. You know, you can see the levels of how it has melted because of the climate change. Yes.
So nimekuwa caught up na hapo kwa masomo. So initially the CBC demand in every school, be it private or public school, lazima kuwe na hizo computer. Hizo machines. And maybe I think my humble question will be maybe how many school, maybe in public school or in private school, ambao wanaweza wakafikia that standard? Because ukiangalia the vision 2030 inasema ya kwamba ama kauli mbiu ya Rosalwa 2030 inasema let leave no one behind. So I'm trying to understand maybe that student ambaye ama huyo mtoto ambaye ametoka kule vibandani, yule ambaye ametoka kutoka mapateoni ya chini, and that is what maybe the curriculum demand. Maybe the public does not, in a public school, haijaweza kusupply all those demands. So don't you see we still have, even if you are saying that let leave no one behind, already with the CBC, kuna hiyo challenge unless maybe we mass up.
Yeah, tuseme kwamba kwa kila shule ndio waweze kufikia kiwango hicho, ni kwamba lazima tujitahidi, lazima pia si kwa kusema tu, lakini pia kwa vitendo, kuhakikisha hizo vifaa ambazo zinahitajika kwa shule, kama ni kwa lab kuna hizo apparatus, kwa sababu vile tumesema ni kwamba masomo haya ni application. Unafanya, si ni mtoto anafanya. 2/3 of the time is the learner based. It's only a third that the teacher is coming in. Kwa hivyo kama ni hivyo lazima ajifanyie.
Maybe repeat hiyo imenipata. Hiyo imenipita, tafadhali repeat that.
Nasema 2/3 of the time is a learner based. So is the learner who is doing it. The teacher comes as a coach or as support. So for them to do that, then you need to have all the facilities. Kama ni kwa computer anaenda anafanya, si unamwambia computer inakaaga namna hii na inafanyaga hivi. Sasa wakati unasema ni anafanya, ukisema inafanya hii anaifanya. Sasa hata anakuwa mbele. Tukiangalia kama watoto wenye umeona hapo, utagundua kwamba huyo wa kwanza anaweza kufanya hata programming. Anaweza develop a program
at that tender age.
So ndio ifanyike hivyo, lazima basi yakuwe na exposure ya hizo vitu. Kwa hivyo lazima basi katika mtu yeyote ambaye anaanza shule, si tutasema serikali peke yake, lakini kama ungetaka kuanza shule ama kuwa na shule, lazima ukuwe tayari kutumia rasilimali nyingi ndiposa uweze kufikisha hicho kiwango. Na ni kizuri kwa sababu the 21st century is watoto wa sasa anataka tu umpatie na mwambie endelea, utamkuta mbele, kwa sababu wako wired that way, kwamba ni discovery na hiyo curiosity. So we follow the interest of the child, not the child following what we want to do. Yeah.
So these are purely children doing what they are
what it's learner based. Yes.
Okay.
When you talk about CBC, this is learner based. Not what I want as a teacher. Not what I want as a parent.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Maybe for those ambao kwa njia moja ama nyingine hawana those facilities, is it now for the reason why we hear mwalimu ameambia mtoto aende akuje Na nakumbuka kuna siku moja nilitoka kazini usiku na nilibidi niende nikatengeneze kakitanda kadogo ya mbao.
That's what we want. We want the curriculum requires a lot of preparation.
Yes.
So like now in City Rose, we already are thinking what are the areas that we're going to be covering in term 2, so that we prepare you as a parent, but also prepare us as an institution,
yes,
for the learner to come and find us ready. We don't want to ask you to bring the chicken tomorrow, na maybe hata utaipata wapi nama umefika nyumbani late. So what is required is that we as an institution or we as a teachers need to prepare early. Meaning, by the time the term is starting, you already have a calendar telling you in week 4 we'll be learning about maybe waste management. What will we require from you in week 4?
Yes.
So you see, we've prepared. You have also been prepared. The learner is also prepared. It requires a lot of preparation. And like you are asking about the implementation of CBC, one of the challenges is the preparation required. Because for you to prepare, you must know what you are preparing for. Meaning the teachers must be equipped and trained to prepare for this curriculum that they are rolling out. And hence, some of the challenges that we have had to overcome is getting our teachers ready, teaching them and training them, investing in their training through the Ministry of Education. Like Elder Joe has said, one of the things that we've done is working with the Ministry of Education at the Jeru County and asking them, come and tell us, come and check and see how are we rolling out this curriculum. What do we need to improve on? So in the last term, we had the Ministry of Education staff coming to retrain and to retool our staff. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have tried so much, na mtakubaliana I have tried so much. Kuna vinye pia tunaweza kuguza the other now, the extra curriculum maybe ambayo inafaa kutekelezwa pale chini ya mtaala wa CBC. Allow me maybe to set that for another day. And I assure you, I promise you, very soon.
But we can just briefly say that at City Rose Academy, we have invested in a lot of extracurricular activities. We have chess, and last term we participated in tournaments, and we were top 3. We were amongst the top 3 in the region. We have participated in football. We have participated in other extracurricular activities like home science. So like this holiday, you can see our learners, they are trying to work out some activities that are Scrabble. They are learning words. That's one way of learning words. So you use different ways and different methods to train these learners. We also have crocheting. We have ballet. We have modern dance. So
maybe, sorry to cut you short.
That's okay. Yes.
Hii game wanacheza pale. Ni inasaidia nini kimawazo?
One, it helps the child think, critically think. I have these letters, what words can I come up with?
Oh, okay.
So you're improving their
problem
English.
Solving issue.
Yes. You're using their minds, so critically thinking, problem solving, and you're also improving their English, their literature, and their literacy. Reading and writing. Yes.
Na hawa ndio serikali inasema ya kwamba itawa contain. Sitaki kuelekea mazo. No, maybe that umeisha. Maybe my good friend, you can tell us maybe for the time that you have been in this field, maybe the shortcomings, the nitty-gritties, the strength and also the shortcoming ya CBC. Either to the ministry or to the mtoto yeye mwenyewe, all kwa mzazi. Sababu pia tunaweza patia mtoto mambo mengi, but as their brain develop, tunaweza kutupatia mambo mengi ambayo anashindwa kuabsorb. Is that a challenge? Karibu.
Yeah, tuseme changamoto ambayo itakuwa ni kama tuseme vitu ambavyo mtoto angehitaji zinaweza kosekana kwa sababu si kila mzazi ako na uwezo wa kufikia kiwango ambacho kinatakikana, lakini kuna pia solution to that kwamba pia shule inatakiwa kuprovide a few the basic that is required such that wakati anaenda kwa mzazi ana already ako na background, hii sasa ni kuongezea. Pia kuna changamoto ya masaa. Unaweza kuta kwamba mngetaka waende wafanye vitu kama program yao ama lesson plan ama wakati ambao umewekewa inakwisha kabla hamjamaliza yale mambo ulikuwa umepangilia kufanya. Na pia kuna mtoto lazima in the mind akuwe prepared. So inahitaji pia nyumbani kuwe environment ambayo inamkubalia
the conducive
conducive environment. Na ukiangalia sasa mambo ya Nairobi ama kwa town, utakuta wazazi walimetoka asubuhi na ametoka kwa mbio na amerudi masaa ingine ambayo mtoto amelala. Kwa hivyo hiyo connection inakosa, ama pia space kwa sababu ya financial capability, ile space ya study place for him aende asome ama zile vitu. Kuna hiyo changamoto ambayo inaweza kuwa ikitokea, na pia wale watu ambao pengine wako nyumbani walisoma yale masomo ya zamani, kwa hivyo hashikanishi na vile mtoto wa CBC angetaka.
Asante. Ningeomba tukomea pale, muda wetu umeisha. But kabla niwapatie your part in short, sitasoma umeandika nini, though nimeona kuna wengi. Maybe you'll just tell us again where you are located. Sababu naona kuna watu wanauliza, please allow me to recognize. Najua mumeandika mambo mengi, but I just recognize the first 30 ambao wametuma jumbe zao. Sitasoma umeandika nini, I will just recognize them. Nianze na Derek Minoche, Alex Maina, Maxwell Mwindi, Martin Muthew, Kenneth Kipchichir, Collins Kipchumba, Karis Joseph, Amos Asiligwa, Ivan Pavio, Ken Ngendo, Nixon Mary, Agnes Sami, Alidele pamoja na Zipora Zip, Mona Saimo, Kedrick Chari, Pius, Evanso Collins, Jamo, JD, Peter Collins, Baba Junior, wote wacha niseme, nikisema nisome hizi jumbe ama ni watambue wote. Naomba tupatie your part in short as in 1 minute please. Tukumbushe, where are you located?
So City Rose Academy is located in the Nairobi County. We are at Njiru, right about a kilometer away from the Eastern bypass.
Yes.
At the Ruai area. So if you live around there, if you live at the Kamakis area in Ruiru, if you live on this other side of Syokimau, Embakasi, if you're on this side of Tena, Umoja, you're on this other side of Ruai, Joska. So we are right in the middle. We are very strategically placed.
Yes.
We are actually just off the road. You drive, you'll see City Rose Academy. A tall, wonderful infrastructure where we host learners and are looking forward to hosting as many so that we can nurture them for real life and for them to make an impact in the world in this 21st century. Yes.
Thank you. Your part in short?
Yeah, I would say that the City Rose Academy comes in to fill a gap that possibly would have existed and still exist in line with the CBC application. As you see, it has been started with the start of CBC, especially grade 7, 8, and 9. So we were coming to fill that gap of the need of the children. We hope that all stakeholders will come together to make sure that these children are successful in whatever they do, not only to work in Kenya, but preparing them to compete at the global village.
Okay, thank you very much. Niseme I was much willing to continue, but my time mekata kabisa. I want to assure that soon I will have a program with you, actually several, So ningetaka niseme asante sababu ya kutupambia Jumatatu yetu asubuhi ya leo. I wish you the best and I wish you happy Easter Monday.
Happy Easter Monday, Evans and the crew. Thank you so
And
much
the listeners.
for having us. And the listeners, you're welcome to come and visit us at City Rose Academy. Karibuni.
Thank you. Wale ambao wamenisaidia kufanikisha mazungumzo hayo, ukurasa wa kwanza ni producer wangu Paul Madhenge, audio guy that is Sharon Ouma, computer graphic Christopher Owero, na cameraman wangu ni Davis Karani. Asanteni sana. Nachukua break fupi sasa, nakuja kuzungumzia masuala ya uongozi na rafiki yangu, ndugu yangu ambaye nafahamika kama Mheshimiwa Wainaina wa Jango. Alikuwa mbunge wa Thika na at time aliweza kutajwa kama kiongozi bora akiwa bunge kwa kutumia fedha za NGCDF inavyostahili. Pia wakazi wa Kiambu wanamfahamu vizuri sababu alizunguka Kiambu kuzungumza nao wakati huo akirai kiti cha ugavana kaunti ya Kiambu. Yuko nasi hapa ndani ya GBS TV, tutakuwa tunazungumza mengi, usicheze mbali. Hii ni GBS TV Jumatatu.
My name is Nyab Mahanim.